here's my buddy right here, Michael Noland, the bottom line. I just watched his show this morning where he listed Led Zeppelin's top 10 solos.
Right on, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, it was fantastic, Michael. Great job. Michael, if you want to come on and chat for a minute, you're more than welcome to. Just let me know. I'll send a link out. I agree with Michael Nolan 100%. He named the top number one solo of the top 10 for Stairway to Heaven for Led Zeppelin, and I agree with that.
Is he talking about the guitar solo for the song?
Solo. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty hard to talk. That's a pretty epic solo. I mean, who doesn't know it within the first couple of notes, right?
No, that's exactly right. Right. Yeah, you guys ought to all go to his show. Michael Nolan, the bottom line. He's got just a great show. He's very, very, very articulate speaker, and he really knows what he's talking about. I really enjoy watching it.
What was number 2?
Okay, number 2. I might just read the whole thing. I wrote them all down, Michael. Number two was a solo and Whole Lot of Love.
Yeah, good one. Yeah, I totally agree. So far, so good. I'm on board.
Okay, number 3, Good Time, Bad Time. Number 3, Good Time.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to get tough after this.
Okay, well, number 4 was No Quarter.
Yeah, okay, maybe. That's not one of my favorite songs.
Okay. Well, number 5 is Bon Your R, and that was on Physical
great, yes.
Graffiti. Yeah. And then that was 5. Number 6 was Dazed and Confused.
I do agree. I like what he does with the bow in that one, so that's why I like. I don't like the song, but his solo is good in that.
Yeah, his solo's good. Achilles' Last Stand was 7.
Great one. Absolutely has to be in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 8, Since I've Been Loving You.
Yep.
And that's a great song.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Number 9, Michael has Heartbreaker.
Oh yeah.
I like that. Number 10 is In My Time of Dying.
Oh, hey, you know what? You guys were talking about Led Zeppelin and my choices. Part of that list, there's at least 10 songs or 10 solos that should have been on that list. It's an impossible list to put together, right?
No, it's impossible.
But what
you should have just made it 20.
But what I wanted to do with that, Lou, was to accommodate his different approaches and styles. That's why you've got one where he's playing slide guitar on his Dan Electro guitar. That's why you've got him finger picking on another. He's playing hard-ass rock, blues, smokehouse. You've heard me use that term before.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I do disagree with you, Lou. I think that...
I knew you would.
I think that No Quarter is one of the finest jazz solos ever put out. George Benson was eating his heart out when he heard that. But here's the thing. John Paul Jones sets the whole damn thing up. He peppers those notes just before Jimmy enters for his solo. And then those same notes that are just barely peppered, he plays along with another trillion notes all at once. What a wonderful solo, man. What a great solo. But Lou, you know what? I appreciate where you're coming from, man. Not everybody is going to like every solo approach from every song.
Oh.
And I tell my viewers, I just open my mouth and insert my foot half the time. Same thing about the Beatles. If anybody knows anything about my channel, what I've done is I've created a fictional Mount Rock Olympus. And in Zeus's space is the Beatles. Poseidon has to be Led Zeppelin. And then Pink Floyd is my favorite band for what they've accomplished, right? And so I got them over in Hades' corner, and everybody said, no, it's Led Zeppelin that needs to be in Hades' corner. And I'm going, no, you don't understand. Insanity, Sid Barrett, that's Hades, baby.
Oh. Yeah, I'm really glad to see that this music's had staying power, and didn't just pass like generations before us did,
True art always has staying power, and that's my point with these albums. With Led Zeppelin, they put out 8 studio albums while the band was still alive. Yeah, one post after Bonzo died. And for a post album where they could only go and get stuff they didn't use, that's a damn great album. But those last 2 albums are excellent albums. But the 7 prior to that should be hanging in the freaking Louvre, as far as I'm concerned. Right. And that's why people keep coming back to it, man.
Right. Right.
You know, it took me a while to get a hold of them because originally I was a Beatles fan. And it was only through the Beatles finally getting around to doing stuff like Helter Skelter, Revolution, that kind of opened up my eyes and almost, I guess, gave me permission to go ahead and peruse Led Zeppelin, you know.
You're really in a groove on that show, man. You covered all those Led Zeppelin albums to a T, and then you've gone through the listing of the albums, the ranking of the solos, and you did the Pink Floyd thing recently. And I'm just noticing so many I still have to go back and see that pop up too, you know. And you've got some great stuff out there. Your show is just, and the way he describes, like, subscribe to my show, it's subscribe to the tribe is what it says on the subscribe button.
I love that.
You know what it is, Royce, is to me it is a tribe. When I started this channel, what I wanted was a community of like-minded people who love classic rock. I mean, that's generally what I speak about. But you know what? There's also a lot of problems in the music industry today, and it sickens me the way that it has gone. You know, you've got bands over touring and not enough time writing. Lou, you're more into the business than I am these days.
Yeah,
but man, you've got to know this is true, right?
If you saw me, I'm shaking my head. You know, I mean, it's really interesting because I was part of that crew of overworked. Got 4 months, 1 month off, and then you're going to go another 4 months, and then next thing you know, you're out 6 months. You got 1 week off. And then you're out another 4, and it's winter in New York at this point. You're going through the snow with a bus, you know. We're trying to put that out night. It's like Chicago, St. Louis, Illinois. It's all in a row, guys. And I want to give you everything I got every night, and it's not possible. You got to pull back. And as a younger dude, you don't get that. But yeah, you're right, Michael. And then all of a sudden they pulled the rug out, and there's no tours for 2 years. And now everybody's back, and so it's like a blitzkrieg right now. It's like,
it's this whole new business where it started in the 70s. I mean, we've talked about this before. Led Zeppelin did tour incessantly, but they had the sense to get out of the damn rain and write some stuff for 3 or 4 weeks at a time. And when one of them couldn't do it, there was always the other 3 that would stand up and take the job over. You know, bands aren't doing that these days. They're too busy on they've invented a new word, Lou. You'll love this. Leg of a tour. You know, and you know what? These guys are getting older. Poor Paul can't sing for the life of him anymore. I'm a major Paul McCartney fan. And I would love if he would just tour McCartney 3. That stuff he can sing. And I'll pay top dollar to see him tour an album. But nobody's touring albums anymore. They're a damn jukebox. And it just, what do you do with that? You know, what do you do?
Right. You know, it's interesting to hear you say Paul McCartney can't sing, because I was watching a show not too long ago. It's probably within the last month. And Ringo Starr he was up on stage singing, and you know, he called Paul up and they sang a song together. And honest to God, you really struck on something when you said that, because Ringo sounded better than Paul McCartney.
Bless Paul. I mean it. His new voice is just something. You know, he's aged, and he has to get comfortable with it. And quit being a damn jukebox. Get out there. Start playing some smaller theaters. You're a billionaire. You don't need the money. Right?
Yeah. He's a billionaire.
And tour. And I know a lot of people don't like McCartney 3. They think it's insipid, whatever. When I first heard it, I told my wife, "Oh God, the guy's done for." And then I listened to it about a month and a half later. And it's actually quite marvelous once you get used to the fact that we're talking. What? Paul's going to be 80 in June. Right? Yeah. So 80 years old, man. That's great. But this touring, you know, he was one of the first guys to get corporate sponsorship. And, you know, I'm so against that. Get the corporations out of rock and roll. It's time to toast them all.